What is up, my thrifty friends? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day and you are ready to get some work done. This is a work with me video. I keep you company, you get work done. We are best friends, we're co-workers, and I hope I just keep you company while you work on your reselling business. So if you're new to my channel, I am a Canadian reseller. I'm a mom to 2 girls, a wife. I work part-time in a hospital pharmacy, and I love to sell used clothing. It is my jam here on YouTube, and I share everything about my business, helping you grow a side hustle reselling clothing as well. And we have a good video. I think we have some really good topics today. I'm really excited to jump into them. We also have a couple Poshmark topics. One of them is people having issues with those promoted closets, and oh man, we're going to talk about that at the end. All right, I have to stop before we go into the topics and shout out today's video sponsor, which is GyroPack. If you haven't heard of them, they are the polymailer packaging supplier for resellers that is sweeping the market. So they reached out to me and sent me some free product to try and asked if I could do a video on it. Receiving the product, using it for the last 2 weeks, I can now do a review on it and share my thoughts. If you haven't checked them out, I have a link down below. Use my code McCaffrey and you'll be able to save 10% off your first order. And I promise you're going to be impressed with their prices. And the color selection is amazing. I'm loving the colors. So we're going to go over the 3 sizes that I use most commonly in my business and what I can fit in them, why I use them. And hopefully this will help you when you're making your selections. Maybe you want to try some new sizes and new colors. First one that I use, this is like the most common polymailer size for me. This is the 10 by 13. I ordered it in the nice baby pink. It's just a gorgeous color. It almost reminds me of like a bubblegum pink. What I like about this size is I can literally fit any tee, any tank, any blouse. Usually women's jeans will fit in this folded up. I put a lot of women's shoes in here, women's sandals. This is the polymailer size that I go through the most. This would probably be the first size that I recommend for anyone that has a reselling business. That is the 10 by 13. The next size that I like to use is the 12 by 15 and a half. And I ordered this in peach. So cute. Look at the gloss on it. I love it. I've never had plain peach polymailers, so I'm in heaven right now. This size is probably my second most common size that I use. And for this, I'm putting men's jeans, sweaters, multi-item bundles, sometimes small jackets. What else? This is like probably my sweater polymailer. That is what I most commonly use this one for. I probably go through the most of these in winter when I'm shipping out bigger, more substantial pieces. So this is the 12 by 15 and a half, and this would probably be the second size that if you're looking to order some polymailers that I would try. And then this third size that I use, and this one I don't use as commonly, but I like to have it in my arsenal so that if I have a bigger item or bundle to ship out, I have options. Sometimes I don't have boxes sitting that are bigger that I can use to ship bundles. So this one is the 14 and a half by 19. As you can see, it has a nice easy pull, fold over, good stick. I'm happy with that. And in this one, I'm usually fitting like small jackets, puffer jackets, maybe someone bought a pair of jeans, a sweater, and a top. This is good for bundles. These I feel like I order the least amount for the size, but it's just a good size to have on it. So 3 sizes that I use most commonly. I got nothing but good things to say, guys. So you know, I only talk about products on my channel that I stand behind and that I use. And I am now using GyroPack, add it to my links down below. And yeah, just so excited for this partnership. I hope that you guys love the products as much as I do and you're able to pick up some affordable polymailers. That's like the best part. The pack sizes, the color options, and the price. You just can't beat it. Use the coupon code McCaffrey and save 10% on your order. All right. Okay, let's carry on. We got some good topics today. I'm just so excited about these polymailers. Like, polymailers. And like, I just ordered a ton of them too because I always run out and I hate running out of them. So thank you, Gyro Pack. I can't wait for my next order. Life-wise, I have really been taking a break. I have been giving myself lots of me time, family time, downtime, and here's the truth, guys. I'm either super solid on my goals, doing everything that needs to get done, managing everything, or I am not doing it at all. And I've struggled finding that in between where I have a healthy balance between work and life. And I don't want to say I don't have a healthy balance, but I'm really good at once I'm managing things, I add something new, right? Well, if I can do all this, I can add one more thing. And I feel like I've kind of done that this summer. Also, we've taken quite a few long weekends, days off, weeks off, and I've just had a lot of really short days and short weeks to work on my business. Something I haven't really been giving up are my listings. I'm doing my best to have a minimum amount of listings. I'm trying to set my goal at 60, although last week I think I only hit like 45. Definitely more consistent than I was, we'll say, in spring with my listings. So that's something I haven't really been letting go, but I feel like I've kind of been letting go on my YouTube, and I apologize to you guys. I really do. I know many of you guys look forward to my videos and they just haven't been of the same consistency that they were before. And you know, I'm at this point right now where I think because I felt so rushed with everything, with just the amount of time I have to put in my business, do I put out a crappy rushed video, or do I hold off until I can do a good edit, have some good content, and just not rushing things. I've had videos to edit where I've half edited them and I'm like, this is garbage. I don't even want to put this out. And I don't. A lot of times I just opt out of them and I'm like, nope, not putting this out. I'll just wait till, you know, after the weekend or whatever, till I record another one. Also giving myself lots of time this summer to just relax. And I feel like since I've started reselling, I've put a lot of pressure on myself in the summer to get my listings, do everything that my business needs, and sometimes sacrificing, you know, my evening time, or, you know, in the morning when I could just be enjoying breakfast, drinking my coffee, hanging out with Jeff, I'll be sitting on my laptop editing videos or doing stuff. And yeah, I've definitely been more present this summer. Now, we have a lot going on over the next few weeks, so I anticipate that my consistency isn't going to improve until the end of August, but after that, I definitely have some lofty goals set for fall and winter. So I'm going to hunker down. I'll have far less short weeks and life just kind of turns into more normal. There's just a lot going on. I don't know. It's been crazy. Nothing bad. Everything's still good for me. It's just really just taking some time off. So business wise, I keep feeling like sales are really slow, but if I think in relevance to, you know, maybe what I listed last week or what I have set up to list this week, I don't think my sales are awful. I'm definitely making more money than I'm spending on inventory, which is always a good thing, because I feel like I have spent some good money in the last 2 months trying to build up my store and inventory. So on that sense, it's good. I think I need to transition to my fall winter pieces. I've been talking about this, but I really need to steer a little bit better away from all the summer. If I come across a great summer piece that I think is going to sell quickly, or something I'm getting a good deal on that I'm going to see a good return, I will decide to grab it. But to spend like $7 on something that's going to sell for 30, maybe sometime in the next 6 months, I'm just not taking the chances on those items right now. So that's kind of a change that I've been doing. Other than that, I feel like I don't have much to share. It's just been more personal time and hanging out with the fam jam and friends, and yeah. I guess one more personal note, I've talked about this a little bit, and I think I talked about it on Instagram, that I've been trying to take better care of myself, and I feel like lots of people will resonate with what I'm saying, but I have been so out of shape for a couple years, and I'm gonna say since COVID. Prior to COVID, I was going to CrossFit 3-4 times a week. yeah, I love fitness. I love working out, and I've just fallen off the wagon. And we've done a few outdoor activities in the last few months where I feel like a bag of potatoes. Like, it is so challenging. My body's sore, my knees are aching. I'm just not feeling good. And I've started to kind of exercise, but even with that, I haven't been consistent. And I'm like, hey, I need to start at the basics. So I'm starting with my eating. I signed up for the app Noom. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I'm just sharing in case anyone else has done it. One of my coworkers, she used Noom and lost some really good weight. It helped her with the psychology portion. And I think that's what I'm struggling with right now, is like the mental part of eating. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm hoping the next couple of weeks that I start to feel a little bit better, feel more myself, and in turn I feel like I'll show up better online, and yeah, just feeling better. Like, when I'm exercising and eating healthy, I just feel a lot better. So yeah, that's the last thing on my personal plate. Okay, let's jump into today's video because we got some good stuff. I'm excited to go over these things. I received a really good question from a viewer the other day, and she said she was wondering if I had a video or could share how I focus in my business. And she said the biggest struggle that she has is while doing measurements and listing, that she struggles to focus. And she said sometimes she feels even tired while she's trying to list, and she's tried listening to music, she's tried watching YouTube videos, but nothing seems to help. She was wondering if anyone else feels this way, tired and bored when they're listing, and any insight to how she could work with this. So before I even start on what works for me, please guys, jump in the comments, share what works for you. Let's help this seller out. I'm sure there's many other viewers that also struggle with this. So if you have some insight or feel that you have mastered this, please share all your tips down in the comments. So for me personally, number one, I thought this was a really good question because this is something that I have mastered most days, but it was something I had to work on and work towards. And I have some tips, I would say, on how I make this work. So number one, turn off all notifications on my phone. You have to have focused work. Personally, if I'm going to listen to anything, I find it helps to listen to music. If I try to watch YouTube or listen to podcasts, I feel like I take little pauses when I'm listening, or maybe I want to write something down. I'm not fully focused on listening. Like there's still a small percentage of me that's listening to whatever type of media I have on. So I'm not a huge fan of that, although I know lots of people do multitask in that way. I also try to set goals when I'm listing. So for me, I'm probably going to say I'm listing 20 items and I'm not taking a break or stopping until I get those 20 items listed. I understand that that's probably a big goal for most people. So maybe yours is, I'm going to list these 5 things. What I find helps is listing items that are all similar, whether you're listing just jeans or just tops or just sweaters or shoes, whatever. I do find it helps and makes it easier when you're listing similar items, like similar category. Then your brain's not having to jump around everywhere. I also think, and I don't think this is the key to success, but it does help if you enjoy what you sell. Like, I enjoy the items I'm selling. I'm excited to get them listed. I'm excited for them to move along, for me to make money. So there is a little bit of excitement for me to get these items listed. The other thing, and this is not maybe a focus thing, but I think this helps with the boredom because it cuts out the time. The other thing I would recommend is using Magiscriptor. And the reason why I love Magiscriptor is that you only have to come up with a title. So come up with a keyword stuff title, put it in a Magiscriptor, it spits out the description, and you're just going to copy and paste that. Now, as for like photos, I would say try and, again, photograph things that are all similar. Try and take the same pictures of everything. The more like standard work or processes that you can have in place when you are listing, photographing, the easier it is. The more that you have to think about what's next, I feel like the longer it takes, if that makes sense. So I definitely like to have processes. So when I'm photographing, now I'm using a whiteboard. So I'm going to take my pictures of the item. I'm going to write the SKU on my whiteboard, the size, and the measurements. And because I'm doing tops, my whiteboard's going to be set for my top measurements. If I'm doing bottoms, a big batch of bottoms, I'm going to have my whiteboard set to my bottom measurements. And those are pretty quick. Like, I don't have time to get bored when I'm measuring. It's like pit to pit, length, done. But I don't do measurements in my photos. Maybe that's a difference too. When I really started to treat my reselling business like a business, and when I was working on my business, I was on my business hours and kind of, I hate to say it, but treating it like a job, it was easier to get through tasks. If it's just something that you do kind of willy-nilly, it can be hard to focus because you don't, like, I don't want to say you don't care, but you know, you're not as focused, like treating it like a job. So when I'm working on my reselling business, I'm going through the tasks that I have to do to complete it. And I think that helps keep me focused as well. When I'm on work time, I need to work. I don't show up to my job not willing to work and getting bored. I gotta do the tasks that need to be done. So I hope this helps you. There's some nuggets of different ways and different parts of the process of listing. But yeah, these are really like the meat and potatoes of how I keep churning my listings out. And hopefully, you know, I'm not sure how many listings you're putting out, but maybe you're working up to 10 or 20 listings a day, which I think is very doable for people as they become better resellers and more efficient. All right, I can't wait to read all the tips you guys have, and hopefully there's a few that I can add into my own personal toolbox. So let's do a few fashion law newsworthy events. So Fashion Law recently reported that a growing number of luxury brands and fast fashion brands are adding repairs to their services. I find this amazing. Not sure how I feel about the fast fashion, but for the luxury ones, I think this is a great service they should be adding. To me, it's like buying a car and taking it in to have repairs done. If you're buying a purse for a couple $1,000s, I think doing repairs on those purses should, to me, seems natural. Like they should be offering it. So I think that that's pretty cool. Some of the designer brands that I've seen are Hermes. Okay, I'm going to pronounce these butchered and you're going to excuse me because I am not a designer seller, nor do I live in a designer world. But Hermes, Bottega, Celine, Chanel, and like so many more. But these are some of the big ones that I saw that were offering the services. As for fast fashion brands, Zara and Uniqlo, I'm not sure how to say that one, were two that popped up right away. I thought that I heard that Shein was accepting clothing back, and I think there was questions on whether they were actually recycling the textile. I'm not really sure, and I do not want to speculate anything, but I think I've heard of other fast fashion brands. If you guys have heard anything, please drop in the comments. And what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about luxury doing repairs? And what are your thoughts on brands like Zara or Uniqlo or we'll say Shein or H&M? What are your thoughts on those type of brands doing repairs? I think when it comes to fast fashion, some fast fashion is literally meant for like one season of wear. Like the quality just is not there for them to do repairs and for them to last longer. And I think the tough thing with fast fashion is that it's so on trend, the styles. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think I would rather for fast fashion see them reusing textiles and taking clothing back, whether they're able to recycle it or break down the materials to be used for some other way than trying to do repairs on it, because I don't think the quality is there for them to do it. But if you have any other insights or thoughts on this, please share them down below. Open to whatever you guys think as well. And yeah, I'm sure you guys have some thoughts. And then I had to bring this up. I couldn't believe this popped up again. And I'm not sure if you remember, I discussed quite a few months ago, it must have been winter, that Ritzia had a copyright infringement lawsuit about these like squiddly things that they were putting into their displays. And it seems like their day in court is coming and they are seeking dismissal. They gave some really good examples of what they used and what the art feature was. And they said like not every display was was the same. It's not like they mass created these displays and put them into all the stores. It's kind of unique when you see it. Like, it's like they had this little squiggly thing, and however it came out is how they used it and put it into the displays. So yeah, they have some pretty good grounds, and I would be surprised if this lawsuit goes through. So I think they're going to win this one. I think the dismissal is going to happen. All right, we got a couple more to discuss. So Poshmark, this is a really big thing, and I just feel like I'm in the dark. I feel like I'm a mole and I have no idea what's going on out in the daylight. Poshmark has been charging sellers after they cancel in the beta program. And I saw this post in a Facebook group. Someone had signed up for a free trial in the promoted closet beta program. They canceled it before it ran out to avoid paying for it because they didn't want to continue with the service. But they were charged $90, and she had a screenshot. They had reached out to Poshmark to say, hey, I canceled this, please stop. Poshmark replied that she had not canceled on their end. That's why she was charged. What a mess. And then after reading through the comments on this post, many people had similar issues. So if you are doing the beta testing and you decide to cancel and not continue and pay for it, make sure you take a screenshot of the canceled screen. Make sure you have proof that you have canceled, because at this point, if they say that you didn't, they're going to charge you, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to get your money back. So yeah, make sure you have a screenshot of that. What I don't get is, why wouldn't they make the enrollment one more step? Hey, you did the trial. Maybe there's a feedback opportunity where you can give feedback to Poshmark, things that you would like, and then would you like to continue on? Because it's still in beta, I don't know why they're rolling it straight out and not giving people this option to cancel. But yeah, I don't know. Am I surprised? No, I definitely am not surprised. I find it always strange how things are rolled out and the processes and all the hiccups that happen. Also, on the topic of promoted listings, I was recently listening to Flip the Script podcast with Denali and Jade, Fashion Without Trashin'. She was discussing her take on promoted listings, and her observation was that it didn't work well in her closet, but she questioned if her additional keywords in all of her listings were causing her listings to show up to more people that maybe weren't actually interested in it if it had been more of like a focused listing. So basically, at the bottom of her listings, she had a paragraph with applicable keywords, styles, aesthetics, things like that this item could fall into, or relevant keywords. And she said she felt like maybe her items were just being pulled and showed in front of too many viewers, and that's why her rates were so high and she wasn't seeing success. Where if you had more simple listings without all the keywords, it would more show up to the targeted buyer. It was just really good insight. It was really interesting to listen to her and Denali talk about their experiences and what their thoughts were on it. I do not have access to this, and I don't foresee getting access soon. It's not on the Canadian side, and my US closet is not Posh Ambassador, nor do I think I'm going to reach Posh Ambassador on that closet. I have met all other requirements except for my ship time. And just with the courier and how I'm getting my packages across the border, I don't think I'm going to be able to meet the ship times to get Posh Ambassador. So it is what it is. I've come to terms with that now. If you do have access to promoted closets, or you know other people that have, what are your thoughts and your experiences? Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? Do you have any guesses why it's working for some people and not others? I have heard very mixed reviews on both ends, and that's why I've been so hesitant to share information, because I've seen screenshots from people that I trust that have gotten really good results. I just can't figure out what's the difference. Why does it work so well for some people and not at all for others? So if you have any insight into this, any thoughts, you've heard discussions, please share them below. Okay, recently, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to say this. I went to a Posh Party Live here in Canada. They came to Saskatoon, and this was Poshmark Canada. very exciting, amazing. Got to meet so many amazing, cool poshers, fellow resellers, which was awesome. Chat with the HQ team, and we did have some good discussions. So one of the questions I asked that I know bugs a lot of people is that slide to bid button. And I asked, like, why are we still doing tap to bid? We're seeing so many canceled sales from it. And I was told they did do A/B testing with the slide to bid button and the tap to bid button. And they said more shows equated into more sales with the tap to bid and less cancellations. I can't even remember how she said it, but she said they did do A/B testing and that's what they found was the better option. I did bring it forward that perhaps they should A/B test, and I said I had like almost $700 in canceled sales this summer from accidental bidding. And yeah, we'll see. But that's the reason why we are back to a tap to bid. I do not agree with it. I think it's a bad decision. I think so many people, I mean, I had an accidental bid in the live show that I was hosting for Poshmark Canada. So tell me that tap to bid is working, that's the better option. Like in my one-off live show, I literally have not done a live show on Poshmark since like November, and I get a canceled sale in the show. So yeah, I don't know. I think they need to go slide to bid, but I don't make the rules. Not the boss of Poshmark, but I know you guys probably feel the same way. Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to end today's video. I feel like we had some really good topics. I'm excited. We're heading into August. Hopefully sales start rolling in and this summer slowdown fizzles out. Oh, another fun thing that I learned at the Posh Party Live was we were talking a little bit about summer slowdown, and summer slowdown does occur a little bit in the US, but apparently it's way more prominent on the Canadian side. So if you are a Canadian seller, please know sales are just kind of slow on the Canadian side. And in Canada, we don't see warm weather for very long. So people make the most of it. And yeah, some people are still seeing good sales, but I feel like lots of people are experiencing slow sales on Poshmark Canada. Okay, that's it. Those are my updates that I had. Let's end today's video with what are your goals for the next week? So today is Tuesday. What are your goals that you want to accomplish before next Monday's video? So for me, I want to list 60 items. I have about 40 items ready to photograph and get drafted up, which means I need to do another 20. I want to cross list everything that I'm listing over to Poshmark US, and I want to get more consistent on eBay. I have not been cross listing over to eBay, and I had to pay for my store subscription and I didn't have money in the account. I don't like that. Why am I paying for a store subscription if I'm not listing there? So it's definitely a viable platform for me. I will see sales when I'm consistent. So I'm going to start doing end and sell similars and trying to space out the listings that I'm putting out on Poshmark and maybe do like 5 new ones on eBay as well. So those are my goals for the week. And yeah, I feel like they're doable. Okay. What are you guys working on? What are your goals? Drop them down below. I want to cheer you on. If you enjoy this video and it brings value to your business, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and tap subscribe if you're not subscribed. That way you always get notified when I put out a new video. Also, liking a video is absolutely free, and I so much enjoy when you guys tap the like button and let me know you're enjoying these. All right, on that note, we're gonna head out of here. I am wishing you guys all many sales. I'm also hoping that you're enjoying your summer, and I will see you next time. Bye.